Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and I wanted to show you how to fully edit a video from start to finish using iMovie on iPad. A lot of you have asked me to make that video, and so I thought it was time. Now the video I'm actually going to use is an explanation of what iCloud is on iPhone, iPad, and Mac. So I did a video I filmed with my iPhone 6. I also used a Rode SmartLav Plus, which is an external lavalier microphone or lapel microphone to help my voice sound a little bit better and closer to the mic. And that's pretty much it. Once I did record all that, what I did is I actually dumped it into here using AirDrop. So you just go into here, well actually you need to find your video, and here's the actual video. And you can see there's AirDrop, and I can drop it back to my iPhone if that's what I want to do with it. We just tap on that and send it over. You can do that between different iOS devices, so I thought I'd do that. It's best to show you on the iPad how to actually do this edit. So what we want to do is go into iMovie, we'll find iMovie, and I've actually imported it already, but if you're not to this point and you're at the beginning, you just want to hit plus, and I'll show you that. We'll hit plus. We'll make a movie, we'll select our style, in this case it's modern, and we hit create. And let me rotate this to the side, it's a lot easier to see our footage and things that way. And recently added, just tap on this and hit the down arrow to drop it down. Since I've already got this started, I'm just going to go back and select my movie. It's the exact same thing. So let's go back to editing it, and we'll start from the beginning. So this is going to be a pretty lengthy video. Feel free to fast forward, but I thought I'd show you step by step how to actually edit the video. So we need to start listening to it. So I start it, I do make mistakes, and then I have to go back and kind of mesh things together and make the whole thing flow. Couple of things we need to know here. We've got our gear. We can fade in, fade out, speed change pitches, all sorts of things. I'm going to leave this the way it is, but if I wanted to add some effects to it, I could do that. Let's play. Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and I wanted to show you iCloud on iPad. So the first thing I need to do is actually edit this beginning portion because I need to shorten that up so it doesn't just sit there like that. So tap on it, and in this case I'm going to hit, I can just hit the cut button, or I can just hit split, or I can slide this in. I'm just going to slide this in since it's the first cut, and you'll see it's better now. Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and I wanted to show you iCloud on iPad. I wanted to kind of make a beginner's guide to iCloud. Now some of you have asked me to actually make this guide, and so I thought it was time to kind of explain it as best I can. So iCloud is a service that Apple offers for free and for paid tiers depending on how much storage you need, and it does a lot of different things that maybe you recognize or don't even realize it's doing. So in order to see some of those settings, we first need to go into settings. Once we're in settings, we find where you can see I made a mistake there, so I need to go back and cut that. Settings, we first need to go into settings, and we'll go back a little bit, tap, split. Now let's see where we can shorten this up. Once we're in settings, we find where once we're in settings, we find iCloud on the left here. And you can see there's my name. Okay, so I stopped right here. And we're going to shorten the video up to, let's see right here, and let's see how this flows. We need to go into settings. Once we're in settings, we find iCloud on the left here. So that worked out pretty good. I think I'll keep that for now. Now I could put a transition in there, but I really don't want to do that. I don't want the audience or my viewers to actually see that there was too much of a jump there. Hopefully they don't notice it at all. So let me show you that one more time. In order to see some of those settings, we first need to go into settings. Once we're in settings, we find iCloud on the left here. And you can see there's my name, there's my iCloud account. I have family set up, which means my wife and my children, and you can add or delete from that. We also have a bunch of different options here. Obviously it's telling us our storage. And then we have some advanced things at the bottom, and we can sign out. So if you have an iPad and you want to move from an old one to a new one, I've done a separate video on that, and same for iPhone, but this will allow you to back up all of these different things that are turned on. So here we have iCloud Drive, and iCloud Drive is backing up all of these different things or at least allowing these programs to use iCloud Drive, which means basically they're storing saved games, storing different files. For example, numbers and pages, which is like Word and Excel. It's actually saving those documents to the cloud. I can access them here. I can access them on my iPhone or my MacBook, or even a Windows computer if I just log in through the interface on iCloud.com. So it's a really handy tool that lets me get to that everywhere. Here we have photos. Photos, same thing. Now it's going. So this is one of the rare videos where I actually don't make a whole lot of mistakes. So I do make some mistakes towards the end. I'll just let this play on. Backup photos, and you can ask it to back up all of your photos. So you can see it says this is a beta, so this is all of your photos. It's turned off. And at the time, I didn't have the storage for this. So it says automatically upload and store your entire library to iCloud to access photos and videos from all of your devices. If you have this turned on, you'll probably want to upgrade to a different tier of storage, and I'll show you that in a moment. So you can see iCloud Photo Library Beta. If I switch it to on, it will back up everything, and that means every photo, every video. With it off, it will back up about 1,000 photos and not your videos. You can see there's... So I had to pause there. I had to catch my breath a little bit or just breathe. Not your videos. And what I normally do is I use this audio waveguide here, or waveforms, to kind of give me an idea where I'm at. So let me tap on this. We'll split again. We'll go up here. And this time I'm going to bring it right nice and close. Split. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to delete it. So let's see what that looks like. Photos and not your video. You can see there's also... So I made a mistake. I need to extend this a little bit. You can see there's about 1,000 photos and not your videos. You can see there's also upload burst. So that worked out pretty good. One more time and we'll continue. Not your videos. You can see there's also upload burst photos. So the video looks really nice and you really can't tell that there's that pause there. And iCloud photo sharing. iCloud photo sharing allows me to share my photos that are stored here with other people that I know. So those are all of those options. Let's get out of that. Obviously mail, it's going to sync all of my mail between the devices, store some of those settings. Same for contacts, same for calendars, reminders, Safari, notes, all the same. Safari has a really neat option as well. If I go home, go to Safari, you can see I was looking at some monitors and looking up some words, but here you can see on my iPhone 6, which I'm actually recording this video with, on the Zolo's iPad mini, you can see these are all the different sites that I might have open on that device, or I do have open. And then on my MacBook Pro, you can see all of these different things. So I was looking up the Hunger Games movie times, and if I want to go to those, I can just tap on it and go to that. Let me go back. So that's what leaving the Safari bookmarks on does. Now here we have backup, and why backup is off, I'm not really sure. So I'm going to turn that on, and that's going to automatically back up this device. I'm not really sure why it was off. I've actually had it on to begin with, so that's nice that I've done this video and found that. So in backup, again here it says automatically backup data such as your photo library, accounts, documents, health data, HomeKit. Basically, that's how you can delete the iPad and restore the whole thing back just like you had it. That means the whole thing, just how it looks here, your wallpaper, your apps, and these configurations, everything will be exactly the same once you restore it. Now, it will take time to do that, but once you're on Wi-Fi, it will restore just by signing into this account. Now, keychain is another thing. I'm not going to show you my keychain because that stores all of my passwords. So, say I go to a website and sign into that website. It could be iCloud.com. Go to sign in. I say, I want it to remember my password. It remembers the password. And then I go to my Mac and I go to sign into the same website. It actually asks me if I want to autofill that password information. So I can just do that. And this syncs this across all the devices that I have, and it's encrypted. So shouldn't be a problem there. This advanced part I actually don't want to show. So what I need to do is we spread this out a little bit. I can get a little bit better feel of where the audio starts. I don't want to show the advanced part. So shouldn't be a problem there. There's also this advanced. And it's encrypted, so shouldn't be a problem there. So after the word there, I want to stop. So we'll split it right there. And let's fast forward a little bit. and we'll go right to where the audio starts and try it again. We'll split it, delete, and let's see how this transition works. And it's encrypted, so shouldn't be a problem there. There's also advanced options such as your phone number and security codes it can send. So that's exactly what I wanted to happen. Let me shrink this back down a little bit. Encrypted, so shouldn't be a problem there. There's also advanced options such as... So it is a pretty jerky transition, but I don't want to show that part, so I'm going to just leave it the way it is. Phone number and security codes it can send you as well. On the very bottom. So here I'm going to again make another cut. Codes it can send you as well. So right there, after I move my hand back, I'm going to split it, and then we'll fast forward here. Split, tap, delete. Let's see what this looks like again. On the very, you can see Find My iPad. The codes it can send you as well. On the very bottom here, you can see Find My iPad. So I really don't like that transition. Let me move this back just a little bit and see what that's like. It can send you as well. On the very bottom here, you can see Find. That's much better. It gives a little bit of time, and now we'll move on to the next part. My iPad. I always use Find My iPad, and let's turn this on. Send last location. So Find My iPad. This is handy in a couple different scenarios. Same with your phone. If you lose your phone, you can go locate it. You can just go to iCloud.com or go to another iOS device such as your iPhone or another iPad or something, sign in with your iCloud account and find where your phone or your iPad is or whatever you have, even your Mac. It will let you locate it. You can also do a couple other things. You can not only locate it using the Find My iPhone app, but you can send it a noise. So say maybe you misplaced it within your own home, but you don't know where it is, well, you can tell it to alert you, and that's in Find My iPhone, the app. You can also erase it if you need to, or set it as stolen. Down at the bottom, we have Mail, and there's lots of different... So you see I messed up there again. So right after I go to this transition here, I'm going to make a cut here again. I'll split. I don't want to go into Mail. I took a look at those. I don't really want to share that information, so let's start somewhere in here. Your mail accounts, share my location, allows you to share your location and mail. Oops. So right about there, we'll try that. See what this is like. Or set it as stolen. We also have mail and share my location. So that was a little bit too long for me. Let me shorten that ever so slightly. Or set it as stolen. We also have mail and share my location. I actually don't like that. I'm going to go back and just leave it the way it was. We also have mail and share my location, and mail just syncs your mail accounts. Share my location allows you to share your location with friends. So if you're using Find My Friends, like I do, I share my location with my family. You don't have to do that, but that's an option to do that as well. So that's part of iCloud. So these are all of the different settings of iCloud, but in theory, how you actually access the information is a little bit different. This also does not back up your music unless you bought it from iTunes. So if you bought your music from iTunes, you get a new device, you can just go to your new device and download that music. Also, if you have iTunes and you pay for an additional service, you can actually use the iTunes Match service that matches your entire library and then stores it for you across all your different signed-in devices. Now, the last thing I want to talk about under settings here is storage. You can see I have 12.7 gigabytes available. And total storage, I pay for the 25 gigabyte plan, which is $1 a month, I believe. Available 7.2. Change storage plan. So if we need more storage, we can do that. And you can see here's all the different tiers. So it's not the cheapest storage, but it's super convenient for sure. So if we needed all that storage and we wanted to store all of our photos, we might need one of these higher plans. We can also downgrade as well. We can also manage. So I had that pause there, again, probably to catch my breath. Let's tap here, split. There, I'll wait. You'll see my hand move. I'm going back to make sure that doesn't happen. We'll delete this one. The transition should be a little bit smoother. As well. We can also manage our storage here. So this will show us what's actually backed up. So you can see all of these different things are backed up and how much they're using. So this is this iPad. This is actually the previous iPad Air I had that I moved to from this one. And I can just delete this if I want, or it can show me how much is backed up. So it's really nice. You've got all that different options and all those different things. So iCloud in practice is pretty seamless. It works in the background, but the way it works is, for example, if I go to, say, let's find Pages here. Now, I remember I messed this part up, so let me go back here. In practice, is pretty seamless. It works in the background, but the way it works is, for example, so I'm going to split this and go forward because I tried something, it didn't quite work, and then I tried it again. So let's see what happens here. So I take my iPad away again, and what I was trying to show is the iCloud sync. It wasn't really working in the speed that I wanted, so I started over. So you can see I went back to one iPad, I straightened everything out. So let's split this, get rid of this big chunk of wasted space here, go back to this transition, and let's see here, right here. It works is, for example, now iCloud itself, in theory, should be pretty seamless. So you can see that doesn't really transition very well. Cloud in practice is there. So we're going to do this. Backed up. So it's really nice. You've got all that different options and all those different things. So right here, I'm going to split the clip, get rid of this one, and probably throw in a transition this time. So just tap on that little minus icon or bar there, and I'm going to use a dissolve, and let's take a look at what it looks like. Options and all those different things. Now iCloud itself. So that's where dissolve gets tricky. I don't want it overrunning the actual video. So you can see right here I've got different times. I can edit this and where I want it to come in and where I don't. I did that just by hitting edit down here. And I went back. So again, you could hit those little arrows too. So let's see here. I'll move this and let's try right there. See how this sounds. Options and all those different things. Now iCloud itself, so you can see that seems much better. It doesn't really interrupt the flow. We'll do it one more time to show you. Options and all those different things. Now iCloud itself, in theory, should be pretty seamless. You basically update things such as documents. We can go right here to Pages, and we'll update a document here. And this is my new document. We can type here, and what it will do is upload to the cloud any of these changes. So you could put a period, you could make some changes, and then go to another device running iOS that's yours with your iCloud account and actually see these documents and any changes that have been made. So you can see it says blank 3, and we should have my iPad Air 1 here. If we go over to this, we should be able to view the same document in theory. So let's see if it updated, and you can see right there, it just came through. And it's taking a moment. So when it allows... Now if I wanted to, I could speed this whole clip up where this takes a moment, but I won't do that. But if you wanted to do that, just tap on there. You can split what you want and then actually change the timing of the clip down by hitting this time button. So this is the cut button for edit, time, volume. We'll just leave it at 100. We can also add titles and things like that. So just wanted to show you that or point that out. Allows me to edit it. We'll go out. You can see it's the same exact configuration, and it's probably updating. You can see it just said updated. We'll go here, and we have the exact same document. Now, if I make a change on this iPad, it will carry over here. So we can say hello again, and eventually it will come over to here. So it just takes some time to do that. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's not. But in general, it works pretty well. You can see it says updating one document. And it's just text, so it should be pretty quick. iCloud is really still being worked on, and it's something that's... So I don't like what I said there, so let's change that. And it's just text, so it should be pretty quick. So right there, I'm going to split the clip. So in general, though, all of your data that's backed up works really well. So right here, I'm going to split, get rid of this one, see how it works again. It's just text, so it should be pretty quick. So you can see it just updated here, and now it says hello again, and that was in real time. So you get an idea of how quickly that actually transitions from device to device. So I could either show this portion or not. So I'm just going to, I'll go right here, I'll split the clip again, go here, split the clip, and I'll just throw a quick transition in there. Now I like to do a hard edit usually. Now again, like that. You can leave it like that. Now again, all of those I kind of like that, so I'm going to leave it, but if I wanted to, I could throw this dissolve in here, and I'll show you that. From device to device. Now again, all of those iCloud changes. So one of those looks good. I'll just do an undo. To device. Now again, all of those iCloud changes. I don't like the speed at which I did that, so I'm going to strengthen or lengthen that out, slide that in a little bit, tap, and let's see how it goes now. From device to device. Now again, all of those iCloud changes carry. So you can see it's much quicker. I just sped all that up. Let's see here. To device. And I'm going to do the same over here. From device to device. Now again, all of those iCloud. So that just keeps the flow moving much quicker. That's just how I like to edit. Just carry over to any of the Apple apps and any other app that's allowed to use iCloud. So just to see the end a little bit quicker, let's bring this down. Let's see where we're at here. And we're getting pretty close. So let's go back. Such as podcasts, it will carry over your podcasts. If you're using an app that's anything that's using iCloud, it should carry over to that new app. And it's really handy. You can use Pixelmator the same way, iBooks, any of that. So really it's designed to be this one simple, seamless stop that takes everything on your iPad and moves it over, including text messages and videos and photos, if everything's turned on. But you've got to have the storage to do that. I use it often for notes. I'll put a note on my iPhone, and then it will carry over to my iPad or my Mac, and I can use it later. So that's really the whole idea behind iCloud, is one seamless solution that integrates everything together into what Apple calls continuity, and there's a lot of other things going on too, but we won't go into that right now. So you can see I just breathed there, and we'll tap, split, bring it up here, tap, split, delete this one. That right now. That hopefully gives you a better understanding. Okay, I think I left off part of the word here. There we go, let's try that. And there's a lot of other things going on too, but we won't go into that right now. That hopefully. Let's bring this out so we can get a better understanding of where that starts. Right now. That hopefully gives you a right there. I'm going to split the clip. I'll bring that in that way a little bit. Into that right now. That hopefully gives you a better understanding. Something I don't like about that. So I tend to be pretty picky with this stuff. So bear with me here. Right now. That hopefully gives you a better. I'll just go back and leave it, I guess. So let's bring this back in. A better understanding of what iCloud is and what it's capable of. Now things will be updated in the future that will definitely that hopefully gives you a better idea. So you can see I didn't like that at all, obviously. That hopefully gives you and I often do that. I'll find where I don't like the way I'm saying something, I'll stop and start over again. And we'll do that again. Going on too, but we won't go into that right now. That hopefully gives you a better idea of what so I like that much better. We'll keep that. Is and what it's capable of, and hopefully gives you just a basic understanding of what it really does. There's so many more things it actually can do, and hopefully will be used for in the future, but I thought I'd just show you that to begin with. So if you have any other questions or comments, or would like to see other videos like this to help you better understand how to use your devices, please let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and comment and like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time. So you can see that's the end of the video. Let me shorten it a little bit, and I like to throw a little transition on the end of the video usually. So to do that here at the end, we need to actually go into the settings and fade out to black at the end. So what that did is it threw a fade at the end of this clip. So it threw a fade at the end of that clip. It's what I like to do often on my different videos, and I want to do the same at the beginning. So again, settings, fade in from black. That'll throw that onto the beginning. Hi everyone, Aaron here. So it's a nice slow fade right into hello, and then we can go to the different themes. Now, a lot of the time you'll see I have my watermark down in the bottom right that says zollotech. So if I wanted to do that, I should have done that to begin with, but we can do that with this little thing here. You can see right here there's all these different standard things. We can have lower thirds or whatever we want. Let's see. I think for now we'll leave it alone. And what we want to do, obviously, if we're done with this and we want to export it and I want to watermark it, I can do that on my Mac later, but I could do it here as well, just doing it like this. We'll hit standard, and it puts it right in the center. And I don't want that. I want it in the bottom right, like I always do. So now that we're done with it, if I want to watermark it and stuff, I can export this to my Mac, and I'll probably do that. But right now you can see it's done, so we can hit this. We can rename this, I guess, iPad tutorial. Or iPad guide. All about iCloud. There we go. So we'll keep it named as that, and we hit the share button. Now the share button will let us do a lot of different things. So we can save the video, which I'm going to do. We can upload it to YouTube, Facebook, iMovie Theater, whatever we want to do. I'm just going to save it, and I want it in the native resolution of 1080p. I recorded it at 1080p, 60 frames per second. This will export, and your times may vary. This is an iPad Air 2. If you have an iPad Air 1 and older, it's obviously going to be a little bit slower. The newer, the faster. So whatever you've got, it'll just take some time. Let it run. When it's done, it's not taking too long here. When it's done, I can upload it. I can move it over to my Mac. I can send it to YouTube again from here if I want. It just depends on what you want to do with it. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to edit. I know this was a very long video, much longer than most of mine, but a lot of you have asked, what's it like to edit from start to finish? And that's exactly what it's like. So there's some things you can't do on this that you can do with, say, Final Cut Pro or iMovie on a Mac. Like I like to use blurs and things if I want to cover information I don't want people to see, or there's lots of other things like that you can do. But I can do other videos like that if you're interested as well in some more advanced techniques. Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.